Hey, what's up, guys? Boxing Guru here, and I'm back with another video. Well, I just got done watching the show Golpe por Golpe on my DVR, and it doesn't surprise me. Marquez is criticizing Canelo once again. He's saying that Canelo offering Triple G $10 million is another way of them saying we don't want to fight. And I know most of you guys would say, since Marquez is Canelo's countryman, what he's saying must have some type of credit, right? Wrong. Because Marquez has never really liked Canelo in any way, shape, or form, so his opinion will be biased to a certain degree. Marquez and Canelo had a beef, somewhat of a beef, for years now. A long time ago, when Canelo was a 147 pound fighter, when he was a super welterweight, when he was young, when he was 18, 19, he was on this show. I forgot what it was called. It was another Mexican program. Basically, it was Marquez's trainer, Nacho Beristain, and it was Canelo, and they were going back and forth on why Marquez thought that it was unfair that Canelo was getting a title shot over some other people. So he was basically hating on Canelo. He was and in reality, he's hating on Canelo because Canelo at an early age, he was getting more attention than Marquez was at his age. Because you got to remember, when Marquez was fighting early on in his career, he was really overshadowed by Morales and Barrera. Morales and Barrera were really what the Mexican crowd wanted to see. Action-packed fighters that were coming forward. And at that time, Marquez was more technical, more defensive. His style wasn't very pleasing to the Mexican crowd. And the discussion got so heated to the point where Canelo got fed up and he said, man, you know what? If you have any doubts of my skill, if you have any doubts that I shouldn't belong at the status where I am, why don't me and you fight? He challenged Marquez to a fight, and of course Marquez denied the fight. And to his credit, Canelo was a little bit too big for Marquez, because Marquez at the time, even though he was smaller than what he is now, Marquez would have blown up to like 160 something pounds, and he would have really oversized Marquez at that time. So, I don't really blame him for not taking the fight, but at the same time, if you're not going to fight Canelo, then why are you speaking bad on Canelo? And, the criticizing didn't stop there. When Canelo fought Miguel Cotto, and after he beat Miguel Cotto, I think everybody who's a real boxing fan will agree that Canelo outpointed Miguel Cotto, and he showed he had defensive technical skills. He was boxing Miguel Cotto. He wasn't really using his size against him. Well, of course, Marquez, didn't give him his full credit. He said he thought it was a draw. How are you going to think it was a draw? Canelo clearly won the fight. If anything, Cotto was on his back foot for half of the fight. He was avoiding getting hit by Canelo's power shot. So it showed that Canelo, he was winning the fight, obviously. And there's no doubt in my mind that Canelo, beat Cotto by at least 1 or 2 points. So there shouldn't be no reason for Marquez saying that it was a draw. So we all know what his intentions were by saying that. As I said in my other video, I was talking about how Mexicans will turn their back on their own kind, and it's true. I mean, like, if a Mexican sees another Mexican thrive, instead of supporting him, he'll start hating on him, bro. That's how it is. Even your own family will start hating on your success. That's how Mexicans think, and it's sad that they don't support their own kind. People think that they support their own kind, but that's just what they see. But in reality, a lot of Mexicans don't support their Mexican stars. Like I said before, if you look at Chicharito, I don't know if you guys know who it is. He's a soccer player who originated from Mexico. He was playing in the Mexican league. He was so good to the point where he was drafted into European teams and stuff over there in England. He was playing in Manchester. He played for Real Madrid for a little while. So a lot of Mexicans talk shit about him too. They don't give him his credit where it's due. And I just hope Marquez stops talking about Canelo and stops bashing on him, and he needs to start supporting him, man, because, no matter how you put it, Canelo's doing a lot of good things in the sport at a very early age, and, just hopes he stops hating, man, because I was really a big fan of Marquez, and, I'm starting not to like him because he's hating on his own kind, but it's whatever, man. Please take the time to subscribe.